Now, live from Artie's Cut Rate Liquor Store, shooting range, candle shop, bowling alley, massage parlor, it's the Dave and Doc Podcast.
Hello.
Welcome back.
We're here.
Yakety yak, don't talk back.
Super Bowl week.
Super Bowl week. Super Bowl Sunday is imminent.
I'm wearing, you can't really see it, but I'm wearing the Joe Montana jersey.
Wearing the 1-6.
The Steve Young jersey comes out on Super Bowl.
There you go.
On Sunday. It's super old, too, for the Super Bowl.
It's okay.
I got blurry.
It's okay. It's all right. Well, you're just too fast.
I am. I'm just
Too fast and too furious.
That's what everybody says. I'm too fast.
That's
the problem. Couldn't keep a girlfriend. It's episode 85 of the Dave and Doc Podcast. I'm Dave.
And I am Doc.
All things Dave and Doc related are on our website at daveanddoc.com. That's Dave, A-N-D, Doc, D-O-C.com. Episode 85, 61,000 subscribers out there.
Thank
How
y'all.
about that?
Thank y'all for
How
listening.
about that?
We appreciate that, man.
I don't know who you are.
Grassroots.
Something's wrong with you. But
Grassroots, not a bit.
I appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Oh, wow. It's been a week, man.
We're trying to get to the end of it.
I really want to.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, today, I don't know, our system went down and everything died. And I know we talked about that. We're not going to rehash that because it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I gave you
and
my IT opinion.
Well, right, because there's some common sense things that could be done that could fix
It really
that.
is.
But
It
no.
really is.
But we're going to move past it. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it's Super Bowl week.
It is Super Bowl.
Super
59,
Bowl
nine,
week in Nolans.
Nolans.
Have you been to Nolans?
I have never been to Nolans.
I have been in Nolans. Remember we did a
Yeah, we did. Yeah, you were there for
on location.
Yeah, you were there for the Final Four.
We went for the Final Four. That was awesome. Best sporting event I've ever been to.
I practice voodoo, but I've never been to New Orleans.
That's okay. You don't have to be. You have to be in New Orleans. It's a pretty cool place. I mean, Bourbon Street smelled like weed.
Yeah,
and beer.
That seems right.
And garbage.
And death.
And vomit. And weed.
It's a great combination.
But it's kind of cool to see it,
It's got a lovely smell
a lot of hair.
body odor.
Really good food though.
Yeah.
Ate at Merrill's, which is one of Emeril Lagasse's restaurants. Had some deep fried turkey necks. Delicious.
Really?
Delicious.
How about that?
And then like this steak thing, and it was
Hell, it's not a fruit or vegetable.
it was fantastic. They had a good salad too. I did get a salad. Anyway,
what's wrong with you?
but it's the Super Bowl.
It is.
They not like us. They not like us. So we're gonna have some Super Bowl dad jokes.
Oh, here we go. All right.
So yeah, we're gonna do it. Okay, so we're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Why did the radiologist go streaking at the Super Bowl?
Why?
He was trying to get the best exposure.
Of course. Nothing says Super Bowl like a penis.
This is a yo mama. Yo mama's so stupid, she brought a spoon to the Super Bowl. The fat one brought cereal.
Well,
That's mean.
that's terrible.
That's terrible. That's mean.
Those letters
Oh,
addressed
man.
to Doc.
What?
For once, I didn't say something.
That's right. What did the Detroit Lions fans say when they won the Super Bowl?
What's that?
Why did you wake me up? I was having such a nice dream.
Oh, no.
Robbed. Actually, the Bills got robbed, but
The Bills did get robbed.
Let's see, where is it? I lost it. This was I can't find it now. Oh, why can't Mahomes call his mama after the Super Bowl?
Why is that?
No reception. He can't get the call.
Can't get it.
And last but not least, just for you, what do Cowboys fans do after they win the Super Bowl?
What's that?
Turn off the Xbox.
I don't even think they could win it there. I don't even think that's possible. Oh,
They got Schottenheimer, though.
yeah. They sure do.
Enough said about that.
Yeah.
Moving on, we'll come back to the all things football.
It's like that guy that is the coach of the Jaguars now. You know, that dipshit. Like, I was listening to Pat McAfee.
Who bolted from the Bucks? That's a bad move.
Bad
move.
Listening to Pat McAfee talk about it, he's like, if you saw his press conference, that dude's gonna suck. Like you just know he is.
That's terrible.
Duval.
I didn't see it because I was like, I don't think I would have jumped ship
terrible.
from the Tampa Bay.
Terrible. His press conference was awful.
Because I mean, you stay with Tampa Bay, you're pretty solid to probably win your division most years.
Yeah.
Because it's the weakest one in the NFC, in my opinion.
I think
That's just
so.
my opinion. So I mean, you're pretty solid because you're going to probably keep winning your division. You know, you go to the Jaguars, and I just I mean, you know, and I was a big Trevor Lawrence fan. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's not. It's just not being.
He's just not.
No, and I mean, and
He's just not.
and it is surprising to me. I mean, it really is. I mean, you would, but I mean, maybe he's just had a bad run with everybody that's been. I don't know.
Maybe,
But he has not performed, and he doesn't look comfortable. I don't feel like he's making good reads.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's a preparation thing. I don't know if that's what they're calling up in the scheme. I mean, I don't know if that's just he just doesn't know what he's doing. And he can't execute, and
You see
we
that,
we
though.
thought he was more than he was.
He's rich though.
Well, yeah, he definitely got paid.
Yeah.
Good night, Almighty.
Baby got paid.
Baby got paid. Anyway,
So, and we'll get to football
yes,
here in a little bit.
I was gonna say
folks.
we got to move.
Lest
on.
anyone thinks I'm wearing a jersey. We'll talk about football.
That's right. That's right. It's in our DNA.
So a lot of things just have happened in the last couple of weeks that just pissed me the hell off. And like I think the world of celebrities,
Yes.
they are completely detached from reality. And it's not just celebrities. Like here's who I lump into that. Like a lot of prominent news figures, I lump them into that as well.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Like all the people on The View, all of them. These are people that have so much money that they've lost touch with reality, but they're the ones telling us what we should and shouldn't do, who we should and should not vote for. And let me just be honest, folks. Vote for whoever you want to.
Right.
Be convicted about it, though. And you know, you're never going to... George Carlin always said, I don't understand why people look for honest politicians. He's like, politicians come from the general
Right.
public. He's like, this is the best we can do. So, I mean, you know, it's like people are, you know, Donald Trump, he's a liar and everything. I mean, line them all up. Line 47 presidents up.
It's not like there was any kind of fallacy with Biden in office.
It's just, you know,
I mean,
I mean, it's like,
did anybody? I mean, mental status.
yeah, I mean, he basically wasn't running.
Probably one of the
country for
greatest
a year.
cover-ups. Not
Oh,
really
yeah.
the greatest, because people. I mean, everybody knew that wanted to know, but it's like you all covered this up. I mean, come on now.
It's so
Come on now. That didn't just happen overnight.
No. And it's just, I mean, these people are just so out of touch. And like, you know, I always like to say, like, the 20 richest people in the United States, 19 of them are Democrats.
Yes.
But the Democrats say we shouldn't bow to billionaires.
Oh yeah, that's what's
well,
up. Yeah.
19
Hello,
out
hypocrisy.
of the top 20.
Hello.
And the
Hello.
20th guy is Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
But anyway, so it's just been
You know why? Because there can be only number one. Number one.
Right. It's very true.
I am number one. No matter if you like it, I tell you, sit down and write it.
It's just been a few weeks of just stuff.
It just messed up our 45 cents we were going to make.
It probably. Yeah, there goes 30 cents. I can't get that strawberry blow pop now. 'Cause I love those.
I thought that was going somewhere else.
Glad
Glad you stopped that.
Well, if it only costs 30 cents, you better chickadee check yourself. I mean, it's got to cost.
You're not finding that in the club.
That's at least a 10 spot, right? So it's just been a couple things like these last few weeks. It's just really pissed me off, and it just makes me like, I don't understand the world sometimes. And the Grammys were a prime example of that. Exhibit A for the Grammys, Jaden Smith. He wore a castle on his head.
I did see that.
He wore a castle on his head.
So you've got to remember. I mean, whoosh, you know.
Oh, I know.
I mean, they ain't right. You know,
He wore
Nobody-
a castle on his head and like no smile, standing there in front of the cameras. And then I read this article about it. This was the thing that blew me away. They're like his fans were delighted to see. I'm like, first of all, that is a ridiculous statement. Boy ain't got no fans. He's got 0 fans. I didn't even know he was still around. I thought maybe he moved to another country or something.
that's why he has a castle on his head, is to try to make himself seem relevant for some reason.
I mean, I get that he's got to like do something to like stand out in that family. Because I mean, Will Smith's beating the shit out of Chris Rock, and then his mom's banging all these dudes. But I mean,
I think it was just
whatever. It's
maybe not.
the best I can tell.
It's because
But he wore a castle on his head, and it's like again, folks. If you never hear anything else I say, please listen to Uncle Dave here. If you never hear anything else, these are the people that are telling you
what you should be
who
doing.
you should do, who you shouldn't do, who you should vote for, who you shouldn't vote for, and how you should think. These are the people. They are detached from reality.
He was just dreaming of castles in the sky, though.
Oh, God. Of all the people that should have got smacked at the Grammys, somebody should have smacked that shit right off of his head. What the hell? I mean, again, I don't watch the Grammys because it's just bullshit now.
Right.
Like it's a political statement.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't care what celebrities say. I just don't.
Yeah.
I just don't care what they say. And I don't know what kind of statement he was trying to make. What a fucking dipshit. A castle on his fucking head. What an idiot. Like, I don't understand. It's like, dude, you don't have any fans. Nobody knows what you do. I don't know what movies you've been in recently. Do you just show up to the Grammy? Like, is he a singer?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't proclaim to know every artist, but I'm pretty
honest.
good in the music
I'm gonna be
trivia thing.
But I'm so detached from all that. I mean, I don't watch any.
I don't either.
Any of those award shows anymore.
They're terrible.
I don't anything honestly. After Will Smith smacked Chris Rock, like I don't follow anything.
I didn't even know that until the next day
with any of his people.
No, me either.
Like
No.
as soon as it pops up, I don't even care.
No,
You know,
I don't either.
it's terrible, and I mean he stays relevant because of that. And so I think he did it because he's not relevant. And so it's like, oh, let's talk about the fact he had a castle on his head.
And you think, oh, that's got to be the weirdest thing that happened.
No.
Oh, no. Exhibit B, Nudie McNuderson
Bianca
came out, twat flowing in a plastic dress, I guess. It was clear. Like, I don't know what it was made of, but she was completely
It's nude.
naked. Yeah, which it was, no doubt.
Yeah.
She was completely naked under this dress, which again,
and had the fur coat on to start.
And if I said that, like people are like, well, a lot of people wear dresses.
Oh, no,
and like,
sir.
No,
sir.
This was
No, sir.
This was the blinds are open, and I'm changing clothes in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And you don't need binoculars because I'm going to stand in front of you.
Yeah. Sheer. Is it sheer, they say?
I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Naked.
I can tell you what I could see.
She was naked.
Yeah.
Naked.
I could see her bits and pieces. And again, like, I mean, she's just walking around like that. And again, it's like, that's
with yay.
it's public indecency. Like, you can't walk around like that.
Well, they're talking about she could get in trouble for that.
But she
Seriously.
won't. But she won't because it's Hollywood and it's this stupid. I mean, how many people witnessed Will Smith knock the shit out of Chris Rock, assault Chris Rock?
It's true.
And what did they do? They tried to calm Will Smith down because he was just overexcited. Where are the cops? Like, are you serious? No, I mean, not one person there picked up the phone and said, you know what?
We just had a battery because he made contact. It was beyond just we thought about it. He smacked him.
And again, like Chris Rock is looking around. You got to think that during a commercial break, the cops are going to show up. No, they let him stay and let him win an award and go up on stage and talk about it.
And talk about it.
At the least, he should have just been kicked out. At the least.
Yeah.
But they let him stay and then gave him an award and then let him talk about it. These people are so detached from reality. Like, they don't, I mean, I heard this was something that Ron White said once. Ron White was talking about his wife wanted to buy a toilet seat. Yeah. That when you walked into the bathroom, the toilet seat would lift up, right? Ready for you, right? And it would warm up and everything, right? And he was like, that's the dumbest thing. He's like, I mean, how lazy do you have to be to lift up a toilet seat? He said, but you know what? He said, I was in a hotel one time and I stood there for 5 minutes like, this thing ain't working. That's the life that these people live. They have so much money.
It's a different.
And they have people that just say yes to them all the time, everything they say. And then they try to make some political statement like, I give a flying shit what they think. You show up to the Grammys naked or with a castle on your head. And the Grammys used to be cool. I mean, the Grammys used to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
But it's just like everybody has a political statement. It's like, we get it. You hate Donald Trump. Okay? Half the country voted for him, though. So I'm sorry. Actually, over half the country voted for him. I was like, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Like, we had an election, and everybody that voted said, nah, we're done with this. I don't understand. It's like, everything doesn't have, just, you're rich as shit. You're never going to have to want for anything. Just get up there and get your little gold statue and say, hey, I'd like to thank, the Academy. This is great. I've got a great career. Thank you so much. And go sit back in your damn seat. But no. While I have the stage, I'm going to tell all you people how you should think. Thanks, Cletus. That's what I wanted to hear. Oh God. The nude thing, it's like, whatever. It's just shock value. But the castle on the head, too, and it's like, these people are insane. Like, they're insane. Like, that kid, and again, he came by this honestly, right? Because
he's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Mama and daddy are fucked up. I mean, that's
true.
That's a messed up relationship. And the world loved Will Smith at one point in time, but now they don't. And I don't understand.
How old is he? I'm trying to find him.
He's probably in his 50s, if I had to guess. He's a little older than me, I think. I'm almost in my 50s.
I was talking about Jaden. I was trying to find.
Oh, I don't know. Somewhere between 15 and 25.
I don't even know. I can't find it. Oh, well, it's okay. It doesn't really matter that much.
No,
But yeah, his castle hat.
Yeah. I mean, what was he trying to represent? Is he so starved for popularity?
Castles in the sky, man. Dream high for that castle in the sky.
His face cut out of the front. It's like the only poetic justice would have been somebody smacking that shit off his head, or his head got stuck in it and he had to go to the emergency
have
room.
it cut out.
They're
bringing out the jaws of life.
And speaking of the emergency room.
Uh-oh.
What
a segue.
I'm a professional broadcaster.
I know this.
I got a face for radio.
Me too.
I found this show that I didn't know existed, and I can't stop watching it. And it's called Sex Sent Me to the ER. Now, it's exactly what you think.
No,
it's exactly what you think.
What station is that on?
Oh, I came across the Waka Waka.
It's like this is getting worse. Getting worse.
Well, I can't say that either. I found these episodes online, and it's a show where the reenactments are terrible because everybody's an actor.
Sure.
So they're interviewing actors like they were the real people, but they're real stories, apparently true stories.
Yeah, like Penthouse Forum.
Yeah, those are all real,
So
I never write this.
So there I was.
With Jaden Smith and his castle. And I said, open the door, Jaden.
Let my box in.
Let my box in. So I was watching these shows, and they're just, it's just ridiculous stuff, right? Like people
They've been jousting.
People are trying to do something funky, right? And it's like they end up, like one guy had an erection for like 12 hours. And he's like, something's wrong. And like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
And the acting is terrible. It's like overacting or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like, I walk around like that all the time. I enjoy
my
it.
O face. Oh.
I just assume I've got good blood pressure because it doesn't hurt me. I'm I'm fully wrecked right now. It'll hit the bottom of the mic.
I was gonna say,
Yeah. Yeah. only if I stood up and sat on the mic. But
pulled it closer.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Oh.
But some of the episode names have just like cracked me up, right?
And how did you just happened upon this?
Completely happened upon this. Completely. Like I had no idea this show existed. I was texting a friend of mine telling her, and she was like, I just assumed you produced that show. And I'm like, no, but I would.
It's like I would gladly be a part of this.
Yeah. But it reminded me
Oh my God.
of a story
Oh no.
from a friend of mine, and her now husband was in medical residency, and he was doing like an ER rotation. And
Oh, I thought you were going to say it involved them, and I was like, if they are listening, I'm
No.
going to go ahead and apologize.
no,
because I don't know what he's about to talk about.
she so we're talking about, I don't know how we got on this subject. And somebody made a joke about somebody falling in the bedroom or something, right? And like, hitting their knee or something. She's like, I got a good one for you. And I'm like, what? And her then fiance was a medical resident somewhere, I can't remember where, and he was doing an ER rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there one night, like 3 a.m. Dude comes in and says, I got something lodged in me. And they're like, well, what and where? We figure we know where. It was up his anus, and it was a bedpost up his anus. And I'm like, you are full of shit. And he got impacted with shit. But I said, you are full of shit. She goes, no. She got him to send her a picture of the x-ray.
Mm-hmm.
And there it was, all the way up.
And that's what usually happens. Oh, I fell.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, I fell. I was climbing onto the bed and I fell.
Nope.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yep.
How do you get that out? Like, it just the same way it went in?
So, well, it depends. If you can, what you do is you put the patient to sleep, and if you can
Maneuver it.
manipulate the skin and the orifice, you try to remove it. If you can't, then they actually have to do surgery and actually have to go in there and surgically remove it.
Do you put a castle on their ass? Just asking for a friend.
No. No. Even before I went to medical school, because we would take call. I was a peri-op orderly at one of the local hospitals.
Yeah.
And we would take call, and you could take call on the weekends or take it at night or whatever, kind of after hours things. And so I was on the weekend, and I had to go. I got a call, as a foreign object, blah blah. So I had to come in, and I go down and get the guy, and the guy's clearly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And had a dildo completely like deep inside him. And that was basically, he said, I fell, and this just happened to be, and his wife was there, and obviously they were having some interesting hanky panky, and they actually had to go in there, and they were able to actually remove it in the OR without having to cut him open.
It was probably lubed up pretty good.
That I don't know.
I tried to shit it out, Doc, but it won't come out.
I did see the object, and
Pretty large.
pretty large and rigid,
Oh, for his pleasure.
apparently, and flaming red.
Oh, of course it was.
It was red, and I was like,
Little red dildo.
was not little. I'm not kidding. Like, even if you fail, there's no way. You know what I mean? You're just like that. There's no way.
Did he come in?
You'd have to like jump with your butt cheeks spread apart and like try to land on that suck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you forgot your safety words, and
Did he come into the ER and say, "Hey, Doc, just code word here. I drank some Dickens cider."
No, and that
Pour me
was that was
another bug
that was before I went
Dickens
to
cider.
like I said, that was before I even went to med school. And so now in training, we would the foreign object thing, little cars, different things, never a bedpost. That, oof.
Here's the way I think about that orifice. That is an exit-only orifice. And unless you're a medical professional and talk sweet to me, I'm not letting anybody...
Maybe buy you dinner, too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, you see some,
I mean, if you talk nice enough to me, okay.
The broken member is a bad day. I've seen that before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that can happen not even trying to do anything crazy. That's actually what I thought you were going to say.
Oh.
I mean, if you are not careful what you're doing and you hit the pelvis of the female trying to thrust, I mean, you can break your penis. That's a bad day, man.
How might one fix that?
Well, sometimes you have to have
Just
surgery.
strap on a red dildo.
No. Because let me tell you something. It'll usually heal on its own, honestly, because it's just cavernous with blood in there. So I mean,
I was gonna say
so it basically, I mean, of course, you're in such pain, but everything will relax, and then you just have to hope that you didn't sever the,
I'd say that
And so
it relaxes pretty quick.
Yeah.
I'd say that's no more arousal.
Yeah.
But then you couldn't get aroused for a while because then it would be bad, right?
Yes. So
You have to take meds to not get aroused.
no.
Is it like
no. I mean, you could do some things to cause that, but I mean, if you think about that, if you broke that, you probably wouldn't be interested for a minute.
I don't know.
Just out of
I don't know.
pretty horny over there.
I keep watching the Grammys with naked people running around. I don't know.
Been watching Bianca.
I've heard that you could do that. I heard that you could break your penis.
Yes.
And I'm like, that has to be
I've seen
horrible.
It is horrible. Priapism too, the erection lasting long periods of time, and there actually are certain medical conditions like sickle cell anemia and things like that can cause that, and you actually have to drain the fluid out. I have not done that personally.
I drain mine every morning. Go right to the bathroom.
I have seen that.
Did you say Dickel cell?
Dickel cell.
Dickel
yes,
cell?
Yes. It is, and you just feel so bad. I mean, that's one of those.
It's got to be awful.
Oh, man.
It's like, bro.
It's uncomfortable, It's uncomfortable.
Honey, I got to go to the ER. I broke my dick.
It's, that. And like I said, having an erection for a long time with no control.
Yeah.
That is not.
Yeah.
That is not good.
That sounds awful.
I mean, you're like in they're like in a sweat, feel nauseated.
Not bad.
And, that's why you don't take a bunch of extra Viagra. I've seen that before, taking too much, trying to, some kind of party or whatever. And people do some freaky stuff, man.
Of course they do.
And saw that guy, I felt bad for him to a point, but I was like, dude, he had taken like 3 times the max amount of Viagra. And I was like,
stroke like
what are you trying to do, man? I mean, good grief. That was bad.
They call me Thumper. With a bottle of dick
I'm calling the worm. I'm calling like Dune.
If you haven't yet, folks, watch Sex Sent Me to the ER. Great show.
Watch out.
Great show. And if you do watch it or have watched it, leave something in the comments for us. I'd like to see what your favorite episode is.
I can't believe you're
the acting is terrible.
I can't
it's
believe you're obsessed.
horrible.
Might as well
It's
be
just-
porn.
Well, I mean, they don't show anything, right? It's just like, somebody getting frisky and all of a sudden, they're, accidentally, sticking in a light socket or something, or whatever you do with it,
Freaky deaky.
freaky deaky.
Freaky deaky.
I was talking to somebody the other day,
About this?
no. Well, yes, but about something. So I was talking to somebody the other day about, jobs.
Many conversations.
Jobs and your your dream job and the worst job you ever had. And I thought that'd be fun to talk to Doc about. Like what's your dream job and what's the worst job you ever had?
The worst job. Okay, so my dream job really is being a doctor.
There you go.
So I actually am doing that. And I was a business major originally, so I mean, I worked professionally.
That's how he learned to go to Vista, Brent. I'm just saying.
That's right.
Never seen this.
Excel spreadsheets. That's it.
Never seen this.
So it's hidden.
Yeah.
It's hidden.
Stricken from the
So
record.
truly, now, back in the day, I really wanted to be a traditional internist where you did hospital medicine plus you did outpatient. I'm from a lifestyle standpoint, as hard as we work, I'm happy that I didn't go that route because that would have been even more time consuming. Trying to find that balance. And so from a lifestyle standpoint, that has helped tremendously to just do outpatient medicine. But that, I guess maybe that would have been it, was with the right time allocation. I would have loved to have done hospital medicine plus outpatient. And I did that for a little bit, for about 2 years, kind of in the middle of this journey. And it was fun, but I mean, it was a lot of weekends, and things like that. So it really did. A lot of time stuff was given up because of all that. But it was enjoyable. But anyway, yeah, definitely what I do now. It is. I mean, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Again, gave up a career in logistics to come and do this. So, the worst job that I ever had.
Removing bedposts from people's asses.
Never did that. No, like I said, I would never had to do. No, I was never the one doing any of those things. Gosh, I'm trying to think. Probably.
Oh, this will be good.
Well, there's two things. One, so there's two possibilities. One of them, I'm not going to talk about that because that actually, anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. Because it was with like an assisted services place where you helped out like people.
Oh yeah,
and there were just some gross things at homes and stuff that but that's not somebody's fault. I mean, these people are they have to have people help cook for them and do. So I'm not I wouldn't. That was kind of part of the job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd say probably I worked for these people at a fruit market.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure they were doing tax fraud left and right, kind of just gross. I was unloading like, 200 watermelons and 250 cantaloupes, and you're running through all this nasty produce. And of course, my forearms were broken out the whole summer from the pesticides on the bushel baskets and stuff.
Yeah.
You're shoveling, trash stuff. And, I remember I had to get these rotten peaches, and like the gnats flew like up in my mouth and my face and stuff. It was good to do that because that was a good manual labor job.
Yeah.
But it was kind of nasty. I was going through like 2 or 3 shirts a day. It was, because I was not just like the checkout person. Like I was doing all the stuff behind the scenes. Paid me $5 an hour.
There you go. Rocking and rolling.
Yep. That was me trying to help pay for my insurance.
Yeah.
Because I'd used up my money selling to buy my first car. I paid for half of it.
Yeah.
No. Probably were $5 back then, though.
Probably. Yeah, the battery ones were like 10.
That part I didn't love because literally, it was, because like I would go, I would like go somewhere and my arms are like broken out. So like it's almost like people thought, they think something's wrong with you.
Right.
It's like, what's wrong with you? And it's like, well, my job, I'm using this and I can't, it's I have to carry this stuff and it's breaking me out because I have to put that mess on it to keep the bugs away.
Yeah.
And of course, you're dealing with all kinds of dust and stuff. It was interesting, and it was a busy business. And then they had like a satellite site too, and so I'd have to go out there, and like I'd be stranded out there all day. And it's like, if like Michael Myers comes by, I'm gonna get killed,
Right.
And it wasn't awesome for $5 an hour. That was probably the worst job I ever had. Just because it was. I mean, like I said, it was a good manual labor job, and I learned a lot. I really did. I mean, that was my first job, learn how to work a cash register, learn how to kind of how business works. Like I said, but I'm pretty sure they were committing some pretty serious tax fraud. And
As are most fruit states,
and then
probably.
magically one day it just disappeared.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Anyway, so but like I said, it was and I mean, I got along well with the people. I mean, I think they thought I did a good job because I mean, I did work hard, but
Yeah.
it was I mean, like I said, the just kind of didn't realize how nasty it was, you know. Like I said, but it was good. But now having to jump in the trash can and pack all that, you know, hepatitis, you just worry about disease. You know,
hepatitis.
So yeah, that's probably what it was. How about you? How about you?
So the dream job's easy.
The toughest job you'll ever love.
The dream job's easy, and I got to do it at a much smaller level.
Broadcasting football.
Broadcasting football. Yeah. I mean, I did morning radio, did afternoon radio, I did many different shifts at stations doing radio, and I loved doing that. But the dream job was to broadcast football.
Yes.
And I got to do it, did over 100 games, I think, for a high school team, did 4 or 5 state championship games, lots of state semis, like lots of people listening, loved it. But again, it was high school.
But still, that's fun.
And it wasn't what I wanted to do. Like I really wanted to work for ESPN radio and
back in the day.
Not now. Not now. No, thank you.
Not now.
I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid.
Dirty hoe.
Yes. Yeah. You'll love her tulips. But that was definitely my dream job. And again, I got to do that to an extent. And again, I really wanted to be in radio in general. So, you know, I have to say that, you know, I have got to do my job at just a lower level, or have my dream job just a lower level.
I can dream about you.
The worst job I ever had is an easy one.
If you say Long John Silver's, I'm gonna kick your
Loved
ass.
it. Loved
Good.
Long John's.
All right, good.
That was a hard job too.
I believe it.
Like it really was.
I believe you.
Like people, I mean,
believe it.
It was really hard. And you
believe
talk
it.
about like grease and stuff. Like you had to clean under the vats like once a month. And
Oh yeah, people don't realize. Like, yeah, no, I believe.
One night I had to clean out the grease trap.
Ooh,
There ain't enough rubber gloves in the world. I'm telling you, you smell like that for a month.
I believe that.
But the worst job I ever had actually ties into radio a little bit because my salary in radio was $990 a month.
Woo,
So I was rocking. Okay.
singing dollar dollar bill, y'all, dollar dollar.
I lived in this shithole duplex apartment with my buddy Lance, who was a nursing student, as a matter of fact.
Oh Lord.
And
To a duplex
oddly enough, that's where I met Jayma
Deluxe.
Mays, who's an actress now. Yeah. She was Lance's girlfriend, was best friends with her, and they had an apartment too, and we used to spend time at their apartment all the time. But yeah, I got to meet Jayma Mays before she went to Radford University and then moved out to California.
How about that?
Yeah. That's how important I am.
I got you.
I'm a big
$990 a month.
That's right. $990 a month, baby. Rocking and rolling. So I went to go find a part-time job in the evening or late evening, right?
Yeah, because you know you can only eat so many pizza bites and ramen.
It was frozen pizza. It was Totino's frozen pizza, and they
Yes.
were 79 cents at Food City.
I think this is where your lack of vegetables and fruits
Yeah, I couldn't fucking
probably-
afford 'em.
It's like, and I can't afford any of this,
Yeah.
so therefore I'm not going to eat it.
Dole pineapples are expensive, man. So I went to this place and I heard that so the company was called Issues and Answers.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no joke. And what they do is they call people up for surveys, right? Like Procter and Gamble will say, "I need you to call
Yes.
500 people,
Okay. Yeah.
and then find people that have used one of our products and ask them these questions." Right? It's a brain dead job. It's super simple.
You got a script.
You got a script, and they're like, just use, try to probing questions and all this stuff. The training was so flippin' ridiculous. Like this guy was
Probing.
like, yes, probing with a red dildo.
That's right. Or an eggplant.
And so the training, I lasted 2 days. 2 days. The training was hideous. It's like, dude, just let me go do this. Like, I don't like, there was like 20 of us and people were like taking notes and stuff. And I'm like, the fuck? I mean, they give you a list of numbers and you call the number and you ask questions and
Hello,
type them on the
sir.
damn screen.
This is Dave Man.
It's like,
with
what?
issues and answers.
So it's like,
In the last 6 months, have you bought anything from Procter and Gamble? What about West Knox News? Sorry.
So again, so this training goes on for a whole shift, right? Like an 8-hour shift.
Sure. You got paid.
I got paid, but like the guy was like asking questions, and if I'm going too fast, just let me know. I'm like, you stupid motherfucker. This is you call the number on the sheet, and if someone answers, you ask them questions, and you type them in the boxes on the screen, and then you hit next. This is not difficult. But anyway, so they're training, and again, people were taking notes. I'm like, you people are idiots. So the next night, it's live. You come in, you get on the phone, right? So I called.
Were you feeling the pressure?
No. I'm like, this job's so terrible. And it was a $5 an hour job too.
Oh my gosh.
So I sit down
Sheesh.
and it's like this dark room and like there's a bunch of people and they had terrible equipment. Like the headsets barely worked. And so I called people, nobody would answer, right? Because they didn't know the number. And then like finally got somebody on the phone, talked to them for an hour. And it was about denture cream. Yeah, and just lo and behold, she's like, "Yeah, I use it." And I'm like, "All right, well, let me ask you some questions if that's okay." She goes, "Yeah, absolutely." I'm like, "Cool." And again, if they answered all the questions, like at the end,
Did you give them some free denture cream?
yeah, you got like a free product, right? So you put their information, and they would mail them some free.
How about that?
Stick 'em up cream.
Thank you for.
So I'm asking this lady questions, right? And again, it was an hour phone call, right? And the 2 hours before that, I was calling people and people just weren't answering the phone. So I'm 3 hours in, right? And they had like times you needed to take your lunch between these times, right? And I'm like, okay. So I had a sandwich or whatever, and I went and ate my sandwich, and they had a little park thing outside.
Yes.
When I came back inside, they're like, this manager said, "Hey, Dave, your first call, I just wanted to give you some notes." And I'm like, okay, you know. And she said, "I felt like you could have probably did some more probing questions and maybe got some more information out of her." I'm like, I talked to that bitch for an hour about denture cream. What the hell's wrong with you?
You could have asked some more probing questions.
And I'm like, I answered every question on the survey. She answered in paragraph form. I know because I typed it. I'm like, what? I said, you got to help me here. Like, what are you talking about? And she goes, well, when you're talking on the phone and you're talking to people, you want to make sure you're using a very clear voice and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, we're not doing this. Like, no, thank you. I said, hang on a second. You're telling me my voice isn't clear? She's like, no, I'm not saying that. It's just, we want to speak a certain way. And I'm like, have you done this job before? And she goes, well, yes, I did it for a week and I got promoted. I'm like, all right. So they were bottom of the barrel scraping. That's what I said to her. And I said, well, just so you know, my other job, my real job is I talk for a living to people. Like, okay. And she said, well, I just think that maybe on the next call you could do whatever. And I said, how about we do this? How about you take your telephone and shove it up your ass? And she said, I'm sorry you feel that way. And I said, well, I do. And so I go over and I get my keys and my wallet.
He said, and I'm going to go home.
And
now.
I'm like, peace out. And on the way out, she goes, well, where are you going? Are you clocking out for the night? I'm like, I'm done. I'm not coming back. She's like, you should go think about this and whatever. No. Right. Because she was going to get in trouble if I quit. Right. I mean, that was the whole problem. Like, she was just being, this is somebody that should never, I don't know how old she was. She's probably like 17 years old. And it's like, you don't even know what you're talking about. So they called me the next day and they're like, hey, listen, I understand. I don't know what she was doing or whatever. We'll make sure that somebody else is on shift. And I'm like, guys, I don't want to do this anymore. This is stupid.
2 days and I'm out.
I'm like, this is this is the dumbest damn job.
To someone for an hour
about denture cream. I'm like, this is the dumbest damn job. I was like, I'm glad you guys get paid for this and all this, but it is not for me. I'll be there to pick up my check.
Rough.
So I go there on Friday, right? This is like Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm like, peace out. Friday, I go to pick up my check, right? And so
$80.
yeah. Oh, probably not even that much. Maybe it was.
What, taxes?
After taxes, probably like 55 or something. But anyway, so I go pick up my check, right? And they had it for me. They were like, well, you need to fill out this form before you get your check. And I thought, oh, maybe it's a release, like saying, yes, Dave Miller, picked up his check. No. That wasn't what it was. It was a form talking about like what I liked and didn't like about the job. And I'm like, I'm not filling this out. And they're like, well, you have to give me your check and to get your check.
And he said, funny thing about that.
I said, I'm going to take the check. Now, the way that can happen is you can hand it to me, or I'm going to come around this counter and then it's going to get real. So hand it to me. And she said, would you fill this out? I said, you know what? Let me have it. Yeah, I'll fill it out. She gave it to me. I wrote my name on the top, wadded it up and threw it. And like, for people who know me, I don't act this way. These people just pissed me off, and I couldn't take it. Issues and answers. Worst job I ever had.
Does that still exist?
I don't know. I mean,
we should look that up.
I'll look it up right now.
Issues and answers.
Issues and answers.
Because I think you could.
Yeah, it's still around.
Oh my!
In Google, I typed issues and it like filled it in for me. Answers.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
there's their website.
Issues and answers.
Wow.
We're here to help you gain new knowledge, apply learnings, and share experiences. Join our community at Issues and Answers.
Wow.
Yeah. How about that?
Well, there you go.
I wonder, it looks like they're doing something different now. Clinical programs and stuff. I don't know.
They've diversified their portfolio for their services.
Yeah, they're probably got sued or something.
Well, it could have been. Somebody got angry.
Oh, here we go. Indeed's got them. So you can I should apply. I should apply for this job.
You could list all your things.
Yeah, they were founded in 1988. Like
many years ago.
I think I worked there in 97. So yeah,
they were fresh to the earth.
They were.
That's hilarious.
Issues and answers. But yeah,
there you are. There you are, folks. You can apply.
You can apply.
Apply today.
Hey, use me as a reference.
That's right.
They'll
48 hours.
They'll love it.
Another 48 hours.
Another 48 hours.
That's it.
46 and a third.
Worst job you ever had. Yeah. Now, see, I never had anything like that where like it was like a 1 day, 2 day done. Never had that.
I really didn't want to work a part-time job too. So like maybe that was part of it.
But you needed the money.
But I needed the money.
No, I get that.
And so then I ended up working 3 jobs. So I did radio. I worked at Big Blue Photo Radio Shack. It was a photo lab and a radio.
Is that the one we've talked about before?
Yeah.
Oh,
flipping photo lab.
Oh boy.
And then I worked for we were just talking about this, the ISP, the Internet Service Provider.
Yeah.
That they're
Netscope.
now called Microtech, I think, or
Netscope.
But it was Netscope
Instead of Netscape.
Yeah, that was a fun day. Worked for those guys too. They were great guys, and I mean I had a lot of fun at
Microtech
at the Radio Shack and the Photo Lab, but
trying to make them bills, pay them bills.
Yeah, 3 jobs.
Good.
Worked 3 jobs. I worked like every day. I worked 7 days a week.
That's crazy.
Yeah, $9.90 just wasn't cutting it. My lifestyle needed more.
I did that. I was going to school when I was getting all my prereq stuff when I came back to school to go to med school, and I was working at a rec center, and I worked at Staples, and I was going to school full time. That was busy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was busy. But I liked working at the rec center, and Staples was all right. I worked in office supplies and furniture.
Oh, look at you.
Yep, lots of lifting, lots of furniture and big cases of paper and all kinds of mess.
Yeah, Did you guys care about the furniture? Because there's a furniture store in town. They don't care. They don't care about the quality.
That might be in Knoxville, right?
Yeah,
with wholesale prices.
I do believe they have wholesale furniture.
We would build your furniture for you, Dave.
Oh,
we would. Yes.
Oh,
yes, for $50.
Oh,
straight profit. I know.
Straight profit.
I'm like, that's kind of
straight cash, homie.
$50. Straight cash, homie, baby.
Straight cash, homie.
Yep, we'd build it right in the back. Whatever you needed.
That's where you build it.
That's why I'm good at it. If you build it, they will come.
That's right.
That's it.
And enjoy a glass of Dickens cider.
With some push
sponsor of our show. Dickens cider.
With some pencils.
We're trying to keep this at an hour. You want to just go right to Super Bowl 59?
So yeah, from Dick Insider to Mahomes.
Super Bowl.
And the Kansas City Chiefs
I'm
versus Jalen Hurts,
I
Saquon
have-
Barkley, and the Philadelphia Eagles.
There's a prediction out there that this will be the least watched Super Bowl of all time.
Yeah, because nobody wants to see that. They wanted to see the Lions and the Bills.
Yeah. And
we got the Eagles and the Chiefs again.
yeah, and it's funny about the NFL because you and I were talking about this before we went on, and Roger Goodell was like how ridiculous it is. People were talking about the officiating. I've never heard people talk about the officiating.
Oh, it's
at this
next level. Oh, it is.
This is different. Like people are like they're putting videos on the internet like, hey, here it is. Like you tell us. And like that game against the Bills, he got a first down. I don't know what angle you had to look at. And then they looked at it and I'm like, oh, okay.
They're going to overturn it.
They're gonna overturn this and give him a first down. No. The two officials from both sides came in at two different spots.
And they gave it to the lesser.
And I don't understand.
Because the other guy had it right.
Yeah, he did.
And it was a first down.
Yeah. And I don't understand. So it's like that happened. And then because they were up by 4 at that point, I think. And you're talking a field goal at least gets you a touchdown up. A touchdown gets you 2 scores. Then it's real. Then it's like, uh-oh, here we go. But after that, like the Chiefs went down the field and scored.
Yep,
and then
it's bullcrap.
Yeah, I just
Bills got robbed. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm with you. I think so. Now, the
Kansas City Thieves.
and yeah, the Kansas City Thieves, and then the Eagles just dismantled the.
Yeah, we got that one wrong for sure.
No, yeah, that was.
I mean, wow.
That was over before it started.
Saquon.
But I mean, so now you've got the Eagles and the Thieves, and I was like, what could I even say good about the Kansas City Chiefs?
Chiefs.
And Andy Reid's the only thing I can say good about the.
I
Chiefs.
agree. It's hard. It's hard not to like Andy.
He's
Reid.
from the Bill Walsh tree,
but-
and
But he's already got. I mean, I was happy when he finally got a Super Bowl.
yeah. Well,
But he didn't. I know why you weren't happy when he finally got a Super Bowl.
that's what I said at the end of that. I'm like, the only solace I can take from this is Andy Reid finally got a ring.
Yes, and so that was all right. But now I'm kind of over it.
Yeah. No.
And it's not so much him. I mean, he seems like a very likable human. He's obviously an incredible coach. So now he's kind of getting the credit that he has deserved long before that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of one of those you have to get a ring to finally be appreciated, basically.
Yeah.
So he got it. Well, we could have stopped probably at 1, maybe 2, but that's it's enough.
Yeah. No, I agree.
It's enough. And they're going for a 3-peat, which would be historical. I just don't like Patrick Mahomes.
Did you see how much if they get?
I don't like Travis Kelce. He's a punk.
If
He's always trying to start something, cause something.
Oh, I know.
He's just a punk.
If they get the 3-peat, I forget how much money it is, but Pat Riley coined he patented that phrase.
Yes, they were talking about that.
It's like $160 million if they win because there'll be T-shirts and everything. That's his 3-peat's his. So, remember when Scottie Pippen wrote 4-peat on his shoes when they were planning to play without Jordan? No, that didn't happen.
No, it didn't. Because it wasn't too long after that. The next season, he was throwing his Jordans up and going,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because you had to have him.
But I would it surprise you if this game is the least watched Super Bowl? of all
No,
time?
not at all. I don't care a thing about it. I'm serious. I mean, do I watch Super Bowl? Yeah, I do. But I mean, I don't know if like something happened and I don't care.
I've never missed one.
I really don't care.
And again, I'm such a football
Like
guy.
I watched the first one, like when they, and it was a good game.
It was until 6 minutes left. Yeah, I agree. It was a great game until then. I was dancing around. Sorry, my homies. Jimmy G.
Well, I'm talking about Philly. I'm just talking about
Oh,
Philly.
that game.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about. I went on. No, when they played Philly and the Chiefs played the first time.
Yeah, that was a great game.
It was a great game.
Came down to the last 40 seconds of the game.
And I know. And Mahomes. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is
no holding calls on them.
No, never, ever. It's crap. It is what it is. I mean, and here's the thing: they're probably going to win because people want to see that.
It made me think of
People want to see that.
watching them against the Bills and watching Josh Allen get that first down, and then they looked at it, which made it even worse. Had they not even looked at it, it'd been like, okay.
And didn't overturn it.
But didn't overturn it. And then it made me think of, when we talked to Brian Toohey and what he said, and I was like, well, I mean, if it's rigged, and I remember him laughing at me when we talked to him, he goes, Dave, it's rigged. Like, come on, it's rigged. Like, he's like, they're an entertainment venue. They can do whatever they want. There's no laws around it. They can script the whole thing.
Right.
And Roger Goodell saying that, he actually used those words this week. He said, I know everybody thinks I just write the scripts. Like, dude, that word should never come out of your mouth. The word script should never come out.
He's not lying, though, because he doesn't write it. His underlings write it.
It's probably true.
It's like WWE.
Yeah.
Crap on somebody's head, but you weren't writing the scripts.
Here comes the beef.
That guy's going down.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. This anyway, let's get away from that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, I mean, they're going to win. And it makes me sick.
I know. Me too.
Sick.
Of all the teams that would have been acceptable to win 3 in a row, and I'm going to say something here that's going to surprise people, right? Dallas winning 3 in a row during their dynasty, that would have been acceptable, right? I mean, I know the Niners kind of spoiled the party there, but
again, right.
The 49ers winning 3 in a row, and they almost got to their 3rd in a row. Roger Craig, thank you for fumbling the ball.
Right.
All you had to do, dude, 1 yard, and it's over. The Giants kicked that field goal and won by, 2 points?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been acceptable for the Niners to win. The Bills, who went to 4 straight, that would have been acceptable for them to win 3. Which
that was never going to happen. Sorry.
Back-to-back happened twice for the Steelers, and that would have been acceptable too. But Cowboys got in their way, as a matter of fact. But and then the Miami Dolphins almost did it.
Yeah.
Before Danny got there.
Yeah.
When they were a real team. But so there's teams that like I wouldn't have minded to see win 3 in a row, like the first team to do it.
Yeah.
This is not that team. Like they're not.
No,
they're not loved. Like it's like
even like the Packers 1 and 2 win 3.
Yeah.
Chiefs won the 3rd one, didn't they? Yeah. Didn't they beat the Vikings?
They beat the Vikings. Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
No, and like I said, everybody wanted to see the Lions and the Bills anyway. But no, this is not a beloved team, and I think it's just it's like the body of work of everything. And then I do think a lot of people are turned off because I think Taylor Swift has a very nice voice. She's worth $1 billion. She's a very successful business person.
I got stuck somewhere else. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Why couldn't she have shown up at the Grammys dressed like that? Not with the castle on her head, folks.
But right.
Figure that one out on your own.
Dating Travis Kelce.
Man, I'm so sick of the Kelce brothers. Like, I don't care about anything they say. They just have this dumbass look on their face all the time. And again,
well, they're smart though because they're riding the wave. I mean, even Jason's wife has a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, and hey, good for them. I mean, that's just smart from a business move. But I actually don't mind Jason Kelce. Travis, I can't stand.
Drives me nuts when people do podcasts.
He's a great.
When two dipshits get together to do a podcast.
He's a great tight end. I mean, he's one of the best ever. I mean, and I really believe that.
I do too.
It's hard to just anyway. But I don't like him.
I don't either.
I kind of used to root for them, and it just. There's just I don't know. Past couple years, it's just really been a fallout.
Yeah, I just.
But I think so. Here's the thing. They're gonna win.
Yeah,
they're gonna win. But I'm not picking them.
Me either. No,
I'm picking the Eagles. Saquon, even though they're gonna have 12 holding calls on him, messing him up, he's still gonna get over 100 yards.
Oh yeah.
I'm going with them if Sirianni isn't an idiot and he lets Saquon run and lets Jalen Hurts play, I think, yeah, they could potentially win. I think it's going to be rigged and the Chiefs are going to win, but I'm picking, I know it's like a paradox, but I'm picking Philly. I'm picking Philly.
Score?
I think it's going to be 35-31 Philly.
So the score that I've went with for 2 weeks now,
Ooh.
and I've told everybody this. I wrote it on my whiteboard at work.
Just to cement
prove
it. You put it in writing.
I thought about it. I thought about how the game might go. I feel like this is a game that the Chiefs are going to be pretty amped up for. I think they may come out. Philadelphia is kind of prone to starting games really bad, and I think that might happen. I think Saquon at some point is going to hit a home run shot, get them back in the game.
Yes.
He's going to break one.
Like it.
And then I think you end up with like middle way through the third to the fourth where it is back and forth. But I think it's going to be more of a defensive game.
Ooh.
One of those close games in the beginning, and then it kind of opens up at the end of the game, which is what usually happens when two good defensive teams play. Much like last year in the 49ers game where it's like finally things started happening, but like it was two really good defensive teams. I think the final score is 28-24 Eagles. And I think they score a touchdown late.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
To go up 28-24.
All right.
And
they better not leave any time left.
And I think it's going to be a 4th and goal.
Push
for the Chiefs.
To
end the game,
and you're going to say he doesn't get it done,
and Mahomes gets blasted by that defense. Ooh. They do a 0 blitz and
get to him.
Oh
wow!
And that's the end of the game. That's how it ends, is on a sack.
Man, I'd love that.
Yeah. I think if I say it enough, maybe that puts it into existence.
You're going to speak it into reality.
Yeah. What was that stupid book that crazy bitch wrote? The Secret. Do you remember this?
No.
Yeah. Dude.
What?
She wrote a book, and here's the
Man,
gist.
This went a direction I wasn't anticipating.
Here's the gist of the book.
The Secret.
Yeah, speak it into existence, and the universe will hear it. And if you believe it, it'll happen. That's the gist of the book. The Secret.
Is this The Secret by Rhonda Byrne?
Yeah, that seems right. Yeah.
Summary.
Yeah. This will be
based on the belief of the pseudo-scientific law of attraction, which claims that thought alone can influence objective circumstances within one's life.
Yeah.
It was based on the earlier film of the same name.
Yeah.
The book alleges energy as assurance of its effectiveness. You listen to this on tape. There ain't no way you read this whole thing.
Oh, no, I didn't read it at all.
Oh.
No. I didn't read or listen to it. I just know that it exists, and I read like some excerpts from it. I'm like, oh, I get it. You speak something into existence. That's I mean, that's what.
Well, that's what they said when Mahomes won the first title. Is they said he spoke it into existence.
Yeah,
that's serious.
He whispered right into one of the officials' ears. That's how he spoke that into existence. I'll blow you if you don't call holding calls on me.
The 3 rules of The Secret.
Here we go.
Step 1, ask. The first step to manifesting anything you desire.
Cut a hole in the box.
Step 2, believe. In order for you to manifest anything you want, first you must truly believe that it's possible for you to receive it. Step 3, receive. The final step to manifestation is to simply feel good so you can receive.
This is how I got Carrie Underwood to leave.
And that's the way we do.
What's his name?
It's my secret in the box.
Jim, the guy she's married to. Jim, whatever. I don't know whoever she's married to.
Somebody in a box. Girl.
That's how I got Carrie Underwood to
cheat on him.
Yeah, to love me.
Oh.
But yeah.
What is
The Secret.
Name? Mike Fisher.
Hey, that seems right. Yeah.
The hockey player.
Jerk. Took my woman. Love me some Carrie Underwood. Not her music. Could care less.
Oh, see, she's good.
Oh, she can sing. I'm not saying she can. I just don't like country music, but whew, I like her. Carrie, if you're listening.
And Luke Josh.
I really like Luke Josh and Brandon Joshua. They're good. And Shabuzi. Whoever the hell that is.
Here comes the 1 to the 3 to the 4. Lindsay dances around to that the house does.
Yeah. Like, honey, dress up like Carrie Underwood and dance to Shabuzi. Shabuzi.
Better watch out, you'll have another kid.
So, no, I stay away. I broke it last time, so it doesn't work anymore.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. I can only hope. It's episode 85, the Super Bowl edition of the Dave and Doc podcast.
The roof is on fire. We just hope it's not Mahomes.
All things Dave and Doc on our website at daveanddoc.com. That's Dave A&D Doc, D-O-C. Until next time.
Thank you, Jeremy.
America.
Thank you, Canada. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
See you, folks.
Bye.